Here we go. It's coming up right now. And we're live. That was a user error. There we go.
We are fantasy football analysts, ladies and gentlemen. We are not IT. We have an IT department for that.
Yeah, every time I end up doing my own IT stuff, it is messed up.
That's what we got good old Pete for.
But
Let's see.
We made it in just 4 minutes behind schedule. Not bad.
Exactly. I think I still can't see us. Hang on. Let me refresh. There we go.
I might end up doing that.
All righty, let's do this, man.
Yep, let me share this on Twitter real quick so we could get some people in here.
For my sportscaster audience, guys, this live stream, the YouTube variation of this live stream is going down on Clock Management Fantasy Football's YouTube. Make sure that you guys are commenting on the videos. Leave us your takes in the chat, all that good stuff. And make sure you subscribe to them too, because they're part of the RumBoyz. Their success is my success. My success is their success. Y'all know how it go.
I appreciate that. I just shared it on Twitter and on my Facebook as well. Get some people in here. Get some chats going with some live questions. What up, Leafs defense is a bum?
Treat it. What's good?
Shoot, I was gonna go over some injuries and stuff for this week. My Facebook as well. Let me see. I just pulled up the injury reports. We got Alshon Jeffrey active in that game against Miami. So that's obviously got some big fantasy implications because I mean Miami they hand out fantasy points like they're Oprah. So
you get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. You all get a touchdown.
Zach Ertz is active in that game as well, and Jordan Howard is out, and Nelson Aguilar is expected to play. Oh man, I got my coffee going too, man.
Oh, dude, I needed it. I was like, I needed it after yesterday. Let's see here.
Matt Breida is out again with his high ankle sprain. I think that's great for Tevin Coleman again. So you could expect to see lots from him. The other two backs back there, I'm not starting either of them because they're just going to mix it up, and you're hoping for a touchdown. Juju's out. They said he passed the concussion protocol. And they kept him out due to a knee injury. They said it was minor, so he should be back next week. I'm wondering if they just kept him out because it's against the Browns again.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they kept him out just because it was the Browns, and also because I mean he is a commodity style type of player. You need him for your future. So I think at this stage in the game, knowing that you're going up against the Browns, I mean, maybe you can cool off from an NFL standpoint. You know, obviously, I'm speaking from, I think that's why organizationally why Pittsburgh did that.
Yeah. James Conner's also out in that game. And then, man, big news: the Chargers might bench Phillip Rivers.
Yes. So many of you guys that follow the RumBoyz on Twitter may or may not have seen a discussion between me and Paulie Sleeper earlier this morning. We are advising to maybe go look at Ty God as a possible option. We all know that I would favor Easton Stick because I interviewed him, but it is what it is. But look out for Virginia Tech's own Tyrod Taylor here in the next week or so. There is nothing official as to know if Rivers is going to be benched today or not. We don't know. The Chargers are coming back off their bye to face Denver here in the Mile High. Depending on how he looks throughout the first couple of snaps today, then I would say, then Tyrod is going to be coming in after maybe the first 2 or 3 drives. I say pick him up in the future, heading forward. It is now time to drop Phillip Rivers. He's done.
Yeah, you should have dropped him a few weeks ago. As,
Right.
yeah, he has not been performing. Him and uh, what's his name? Kirk Cousins are two of those quarterbacks that consistently throw for like over 4,000 yards a season, and both of them started out horrible this year. Kirk Cousins was more because they just started running the ball so much, and Phillip Rivers is more because he just couldn't throw the ball anymore. And
Yeah.
yeah, Kirk Cousins has since started throwing the ball, so he's corrected that. And Rivers he's been horrible all season.
I agree. I agree. Um, the thing with Rivers is that this is kind of an emotional thing that's taking place with him, or from a fan standpoint, because this is a great. We grew up, Justin, watching this guy, and his arm is now going out, and his window of opportunity closed for him to be able to get a Super Bowl. And now we're talking about benching him in fantasy football. Rivers, go enjoy being a dad, bro.
Right? Yeah, he's got him and his 17 kids.
He already has. He's got a whole football team. He's got to now worry about there. Um, let's see here. There was another injury that I wanted to bring up. Um, let's see here. And this one actually affects an offensive line, but this is going to affect you fantasy-wise in that Packers game. Brian Bulaga out for the Packers, so look for maybe that left side of the field to maybe look a little bit weak.
I mean, they didn't look too strong last week.
Exactly. Know that when you are starting Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams today, you are starting them with the full thought process of them being solely touchdown dependent. And I'm even saying this in your PPR leagues as well. He is solely touchdown dependent. Both those guys are touchdown dependent today. So just be aware of that when you are placing them into your starting lineups.
Do you see the Patriots took two different airplanes to Houston?
What the?
Yeah, they took one for all their sick players and one for all their healthy players, because I think 17 players have the flu on their team.
Yeah. There's a nasty flu that's been going around the nation. Not the RumBoyz nation, but yeah, no, there has been something that's been sweeping. Really quick, I'm hearing reports here from SW Loop that Marlon Mack is out, but I do not see anything from Shefty. So do you have anything on your end?
I haven't seen anything. I've been getting a bunch of notifications, and like my phone's been going off like crazy the last 10 minutes, but I haven't gone through all of those yet.
So Luke, I'm gonna investigate that one for you while we continue to bang out some topics and some players. I'm not seeing any reports.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Let me know what you find out on your end. Also, J.J. Watt might be coming back this season. The Texans are holding the IR return spot, designated to return spot, open for him. So it may not be the end of his season, especially if they make the playoffs.
Who?
J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt?
Yeah.
I think he can come back for. Okay.
I know, right? It seems a little rushed to me.
Yeah, not good. Injury clock management on their behalf.
Oh yeah, Marlon Mack is out. Yeah, that's right. I think he broke his hand or something. Is that what it was? Yeah.
Marlon
going
Mack.
Off my memory here. Sorry, J Love.
Yep, Marlon Mack and Ty are both out via Colts wire.
Ty re-injured his hamstring last week.
But I told the whole world that was going to happen. I told the whole world that was going to happen. His hammies are done. The dude is done.
We got someone asking over on YouTube if they should start Devontae Parker or Jameis Crowder. I'm going with Parker in this one. I think he's gonna get some. I mean, he's been doing better consistently. They're both the main target on their team. Well, Crowder's not, but Crowder sees consistent targets. But I think Parker has the better shot of finding the end zone and puts up more consistent fantasy numbers.
Um, I'm gonna go Crowder here because of his consistency. I really enjoy the consistency. I think with Parker, a lot of cats are leading into, well, he is the wide receiver one there. Why would you not start, your wide receiver one? That's premium stock right there. Um, I'm going Crowder. He stepped up over the last few weeks, and I feel like he deserves to at least be mentioned in this show today.
Yeah, I think it's because you're a Redskins fan.
No, I mean that he is a former Redskin, but I mean he didn't do shit for us this last season with us.
That's
So
true. That's true.
yeah,
Yeah, I was telling Perry though with Devontae Parker, like I was calling him Devontae the Pig Parker because he just relishes in that garbage time. He rolls around in it, comes out with a touchdown. It's it's fantastic.
yeah. I say with that one there, you're splitting hairs. Flip a coin. Heads and tails that one. Will Thielen play? Should I play Woods to be safe?
Thielen, I don't think is going to play. I think last report I saw said he's probably not playing, but he should be playing next week for sure. Woods, I mean, you should. I don't know what other options you have, but if your options are between Thielen and Woods, then yeah, play Woods. I'm not huge on Woods though.
I feel that. I'm not huge on Woods either. He's not all the way mentally there. The Rams look like complete and total 100% dog shit. I'm sorry, am I allowed to say that here? But and there's nothing impressive about that team other than the fact that there's a guy by the name of Cooper Kupp, and that is the only wide receiver that anyone should be realistically, I feel, starting at this point. But if you have no other options, then just like Justin said, you got to go with the options that you got.
Yeah, apparently McVay ran out of pages in his playbook last season, so
Yeah, all that creative boy genius completely disappeared. Completely disappeared.
yeah, he got a bunch of people jobs off of it though, so good for them.
So I have one here by SW Luke. Who do I start? He asked this via Sportscaster. Lamar or Wilson. So Dangerous or Action Jackson.
Oh man, I'm jealous that you have that possibility. First of all, to choose between those two guys, congratulations. Right. I'm going with Russell Wilson this week, just because I think both of them like. Normally, week to week, I'd probably start Lamar if they were facing like a chalk defense, just like the same defense between the two of them. Mm-hmm. But this week, that's not the case. And the 49ers definitely have a better defense than the Vikings do. So I'm going to go with Russell Wilson because both of those dudes are amazing players. And I wish I had either one of them on my real football team.
Oh God, SW Luke just commented. He's like he just got the word from Rank, and Rank said Lamar. All right, so now so with that being said, all right, so y'all all know that me and Adam, we're close friends. We're very good friends. Look, Adam, I love you. You're my boy, but because you told him Lamar, I'm definitely going Dangerous. Like, the only reason why he's saying Lamar is because Lamar has not let anyone down this season, okay? But neither has Russ. All right. I think you get away clean there. That's another one of those where it's like, it's a toss up, but I'm going Russ. He's going up against the Vikings who are they're a good defense, but they're not the same defense as the 49ers.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like I think Lamar's the easy answer because if you're just looking at their past quarterback play or fantasy points, because you're going to see that he hasn't really had, I think he's had one down week. Yeah. And that's his points are way better than Russell Wilson. So if you just look at who has more fantasy points, you're going to say Lamar Jackson. But if you look at that actual situation of today's game, then I mean, I think it's clear that you go with Russell Wilson because they're both that top level elite quarterback, and Russell Wilson has the better matchup.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, yeah, that's all I have. Tell Rank Robbie said what's up.
Someone just asked Jonathan Williams or Eckler PPR flex. Man, this one's a little bit tougher, I think.
Yeah, this is a good question.
Yeah, because especially, I think I'm going with Jonathan Williams just because with Eckler, man. So I don't know what's going to happen when if Phillip Rivers gets benched there.
Exactly.
And there's just too much up in the air. I don't know how much relevance that leaves for Eckler as the pass catcher because some quarterbacks will come in and they don't target that pass catching back. They're going to the tight end every play or the slot receiver
Yep.
as their check down rather than that running back. So that's just something to keep in consideration. So I think because of that question mark, I don't want to play Eckler.
Yeah, there's too many question marks surrounding Eckler. We don't know how different Anthony Lynn, an absolutely freaking amazing coach, by the way. I love what you do, Mr. Lynn, with all your X's and O's. So shout out to you for that. But I don't know how your play calling is going to adjust when you do have to make a decision to possibly eventually bench Rivers. Tyrod brings a completely different skill set. Easton Stick is actually more closer to Rivers' playing style than Tyrod. So the playbook is definitely going to fluctuate. Jonathan Williams, due to the fact that there is no Marlon Mack there in the backfield for Indy, the line is a lot healthier and a lot better there. We're going to go in and rock with Jonathan Williams. But do remember I told you guys that he's going to eventually fizzle out. He was a backup running back for a reason, guys.
I like this one too. Someone just asked Marquise Brown, Tyler Boyd, or Zach Pascal need two.
I'm going with the first two.
I'm going Boyd Pascal. I like Marquise Brown. Hollywood just as that rookie wide receiver there. He's super inconsistent. There's games where I think it's entirely possible that he could be, put up wide receiver 1 points this week. It's also entirely possible that he doesn't put up any points this week. And again, he's going to have most likely Richard Sherman guarding him.
Yeah, that shadow, the shadow game.
Yeah, so that's part of what I'm factoring into this as well. 49ers, again, going against 49ers who have, I believe, the number 2 pass defense in the NFL right now. So, yeah, I'm going to stay away from him just because it's possible he could get you 0 points. And this is the last week before fantasy playoffs. You don't want to lose this week.
We got Debo on the side of the 49ers and Marquise Brown on the side of the Ravens.
Who do you think gets more fantasy points between them?
Debo. I think Debo does.
Yeah, I think so too.
Conversation.
But, oh man, yeah, it's rough because Kittle and Emmanuel Sanders are both back too.
Exactly. But I mean, here, I'm gonna say this is battle of the rookies. We throughout the course of this episode, we have given a lot of praises to the San Fran defense and well deserved. But at some point, every single zone scheme has a soft spot, and at some point, that defense will break down just because it's Lamar Jackson who's having the freaking ball in his hands.
Yeah, and I think that how you bring that up with the zone defense, they have those, and usually the key to beating them is finding that soft spot, which normally just takes a second or two to find that soft spot. And the 49ers have had such a good pass rush that teams haven't been able to do that. But that's why teams with these mobile quarterbacks have been able to break them down on defense because they get extra time back there running around. Then they find those soft spots.
Exactly. Just really quick, I want to mention too, maybe it's best for the 49ers to maybe hold off on a lot of those blitz packages and force Lamar to have to beat you with his arm.
Yeah, I've been saying I really hope that they put a linebacker on a QB spy.
That's exactly what I would do. That is exactly what I would do. If only Quan Alexander was healthy, you guys would be perfect because he's
Oh my
probably the
God,
main one
yeah.
in the league that can guard Lamar. With that being said, though, and I get that there is bad weather in Baltimore, but I'm going Hollywood just because they're going to literally use all those big body tight ends to then open up the big passing game. Certain things I foresee, guys.
Oh, Dante Pettis ruled out too. I don't think that's really fantasy relevant for anyone, but just happened. Uh,
What's up with Tyler Lockett?
Man, so I talked a little bit about Tyler Lockett on the last show that me and Perry did. Perry said that he was starting him. I forgot who the other player was that he was starting him over. But I could tell you right now. Actually, I have our show notes right here. He was starting Tyler Lockett over Christian Kirk. But I'm still not ready to start him just because I think he's still recovering from that leg contusion he had. Like that was a serious injury. He's playing because there's no risk of re-injury to that leg from that, but he's not like as fast and like he's not as agile as he normally is, and it's apparent when he's out there on the field. And he's one of those players where he's not a big body dude who's just gonna out muscle you for the ball. He's gonna outrun you, and right now he's not outrunning.
He's a finesse. Yeah, he's a finesse receiver. He's a possession receiver.
Oh,
Okay. I just saw that in one of my lineups. I'm checking my lineups right now. You know, I'm on sleeper app.
someone else asked Ryan Tannehill or who was it, Daniel Jones this week.
That's really a question.
Yeah, Tannehill's going against the Colts and Jones against the Packers.
So, all right, let's break this down, okay? First off, I told you guys about Danny No Dimes, okay? No, he's not startable anywhere, period, ever. All right, go back, watch me piss off Nicky Snacks from BDGE last night. Whenever I bring up Daniel Jones, like I thought for a second, like yo, he's really about to turn this into a Giants debate show. Just how passionate he got. Like he started bringing up Eli.
Oh, because they're from New York too.
Yeah, bro, it was the most hilarious shit. I was like, oh my god, just like I got him. Anyways, you are definitely starting Tannehill. When you watch that episode that with me and Nikki last night, I even bring up the statistics with Ryan Tannehill. He has been second in the league, QB2 in the league behind Lamar Jackson since he has had the starting role. Okay, this man has turned it completely deep up on, and he is going to win somebody a Super Bowl this year. Mark my words, Ryan Tannehill, fantasy football, Super Bowl quarterback MVP.
Wow. I don't know if I'm going that far.
Dude!
I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
No, he will take your fantasy team to a Super Bowl.
Gotcha. Yeah, you could ride him to a fantasy championship, especially like, I mean, me and Perry are huge preachers of late round quarterbacks. Like you don't draft a quarterback or you stream your quarterback all week long or all season long, and until you like come across one that carries your team, and he's one of those dudes. Like, I was lucky enough to come across that dude week one when I streamed my quarterback and picked up Lamar Jackson week one. And now here I am with the number one quarterback, and I was the last person in our league. I didn't even draft a quarterback. I just had an open bench spot. But yeah, so Russell, I'm completely on board with you though. Yeah, Danny Dimes, you don't want to rely on him. He's not going to lead you anywhere, and you gotta go with that hot hand. Tannehill's been the hot hand, so I mean, no reason to stray away from that. This week, they're not facing anyone like an incredible defense or anything on either side. They're both facing a middle of the pack defense.
The fact that who would have thought? You know, this is now the third fantasy show I think I've done this week. where I've mentioned Tannehill, and I'm just completely I'm sold. From a fantasy football standpoint, I'm sold. Now, real life, dude's a garbage can, but they're just stats are stats. Things can't be denied.
Yeah. And
So
he's
yeah,
last 4 weeks or last 3 weeks, he's averaging about 5 points more than Daniel Jones too, for fantasy relevance. And then last week he doubled his points, so there's that. Yeah, I'm not going with Daniel Jones. The Giants are falling apart as a team, so I'm not trying to jump into that mix and become part of that mess.
no. Oh, by the way, guys, let me just drop this on you. Across all apps, okay, on average, between ESPN, Yahoo, Sleeper, and NFL app, Tannehill is 40% owned. Go get him. Go get the kid.
Oh man, this okay. There's a bunch to this one. Saquon, Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, Hunter Henry, Ronald Jones, uh, Devonta Parker, Woods, or Jeffrey. They need two. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of names.
Dude, can you shoot that to me in a text, man? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
so much.
I heard the name Ronald Jones. And just hearing that name perks my ears. So yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I'm going with Jeffrey because he's playing against Miami. He's gonna find the end zone, so I think I'd take Jeffrey. And I don't know. I think I go with Saquon. I don't think I'm ready to bench him yet. I'm probably gonna regret it, but I can't. After this, if he doesn't show up this week, then I'd be okay with benching him for the
I think I'm
playoffs.
I think I'm okay with benching Saquon. Um, and also, with that said, I mean, I think the Giants need to go ahead and do the exact same thing.
Oh,
Um,
no, actually, I'm a switch. I'm changing my answer. I'm going Melvin Gordon and Jeffrey because Gordon is playing against Denver. Denver has a great pass defense, super soft run defense. So it's actually a really good matchup for him.
yeah, I like that. I like that take. I'm not gonna disagree with that. That dude has a lot that he can work with.
I know.
We
Uh,
got some
this SP, he hits me. He's probably our number one fan. He hits me up all the time, and he's got a great lineup on his team. I'm jealous of him.
damn, I'm gonna have to see his line. Be like, yo, shoot me some screenshots of that. Let's see here. We got some questions here in YouTube. Back to Thielen Woods question. I have Hollywood and Tyrell Williams as options too.
Okay. Um, man, Hollywood and Tyrell, both of them are similar players to me, where they're kind of feast or famine players, where they're either gonna put up a touchdown and 100 yards, or they're gonna give you 30 yards, and that's it. Um, so that's kind of a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Tyrell Williams because at least there he's the number one receiver, well, wide receiver there.
Mm.
On the team, and so I think he'll see more targets, which is generally what I look for when I'm looking at wide receivers, is who's getting the targets, because that tells you who the quarterback trusts with the ball.
Exactly, and also with that, I mean the Chiefs. I could go out there at my size and play better DB than the Chiefs defense. And with that being said, the Raiders are vying for a wild card spot. They need this win badly today. So
Yeah.
if you think that they're not that whenever they're passing, that the first read in Carr's mind is not his best, most reliable receiver on the field, either Waller or Williams, you're definitely bugging.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Williams for sure.
and they're going to be looking for those big plays as they play against Kansas City. So
This is
it's
fast.
that's probably who they're going to go to. Tannehill over Carr, absolutely.
Yep. Rashad Penny or Philip Lindsay. That
I'm
one's interesting.
Yeah. I like this. I like that. I'm going with Philip Lindsay here, but Rashad Penny is not a bad option for a flex start this week.
Oh,
I think he's going to see some increased carries. The problem is, I think they'll slowly go back to Chris Carson as the game progresses, as long as he does not fumble, which, I mean, let's be real, there's a good chance he's going to fumble.
Yeah, I know, which sucks because I'm so high on Carson, as many
He's
of
great.
us. Yeah.
Except for the fumbling.
Dude, it's how bad is that? Does that just make all of us in the industry look? Because like that was one player that for sure that not a single analyst had a bad thing to say about, and then all of a sudden he starts putting the ball on the ground. I think he's put the ball on the ground at least once in the last 8 games. That's bad. It's bad. Kenyon Drake or Ronald Jones? Rojo.
Oh, Kenyon Drake? Yeah, I'm on board with it. And I know you are, because I know you, first of all, I know you love Ronald Jones. Second of all, I know you hate Kenyon Drake.
Ronald Jones forced his way into my heart. Like he was very abrasive about it, by the way, because I was a Peyton Barber truther, and then all of a sudden,
I think that's called rape.
Yeah, right. Gosh, at least take me on a date first, Ronald Jones. But no, man, like I was trying to keep it so straight after that joke, and but no, dude, like, and then all of a sudden, I find myself 3 weeks ago, give or take, watching film. I'm like, checking out my Peyton Barber takes. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. It's free Rojo season, so free Rojo.
I see you, J Love. I know you may have called it, but the consensus in the industry was all love for him. There wasn't a lot of Carson haters out there.
Yeah. There was, Chris Carson didn't have a lot of haters amongst the main public.
Well, and I think I mean he's still putting up fantasy points.
Yeah.
I think the biggest. The reason why he gets so much love was how much they run the ball in Seattle, especially last year. They ran the ball more than any other team, like percent-wise of snaps. So, that's why I loved him. I also love Penny, though. Actually, on RumBoyz After Dark the other night, we were talking about that, and I think we brought him up as a handcuff that you should own.
We did.
Yeah. So, hopefully you guys listened to us and snagged him up. If not, you could probably still snag him up because he's not owned in most leagues.
Yep. So, I have a question for you, bro.
What's up?
Okay. So first, let me make sure that I can even do this in this one league. Okay, never mind. So someone was smart enough in that league to go ahead and scoop. But I was about to ask, like, yo, I have Jared Goff starting, unfortunately, but like, should I go ahead and see about snatching up Tannehill? But somebody literally went and did that.
Are any of the people in that league in our live chat right now?
No.
They heard
That's why I just brought it up. Yeah, damn it.
Oh man, yeah, I definitely would have done that.
What about Tannehill over Kirk Cousins? See, I don't know if I would do that one.
No, I'm going Kirk Cousins with that one. Like I said, Cousins realized about 5 weeks ago that he's allowed to throw the ball, so they started doing that again, and it's worked out great for him.
Yeah, hey, I can't hate on it. Well, all right, let's see what else we got going on here. I'm just trying to find a way because we're preaching all this Tannehill love.
Someone needs to tell Matt Ryan not to throw the ball anymore because he keeps giving it to the other team.
Speaking of quarterbacks that give the ball to the other team, you're right about Matty Puddle. I still find this stat fascinating. The first quarterback since Drew Brees who could possibly lead the league in both touchdowns and interceptions. Jameis Winston.
Oh, man.
That is the biggest fantasy football heart attack of all time.
Yeah, I feel like James Winston it took too much time studying over Fitzmagic. Like, he will just bomb that ball. He's like, all right, I'm either getting a touch. It's flyers up out there. Well, someone's catching this ball. I don't care what team.
Pretty much. He just 50-50s it the whole time. He's like, I don't care about my stats. I got Bruce Arians as my quarterback. We're just going to throw it all day. He's absolutely astonishing. I mean, but with that said, you can start him with confidence knowing that, he'll throw interceptions. He'll throw 2 at minimum. But he'll still come out of the game with like 20, 25 points.
Yeah.
And no one knows how. That is the biggest fantasy football conundrum that I cannot figure out. Let's see, what else do we have here? What's good, Jake? I see you, bro.
Checking out
Interception.
my Twitter right now too.
Yeah, let me check out mine. While you're scouring for start sits, I'm gonna see if I have any new updates from Shefty or Yates. Nothing from Shefty or Yates.
Oh man.
Nick Boyle will be active. So that's one of those big body tight ends. Drew Lock making his debut today.
Oh yeah, Drew Lock. How you feel about him?
I want him to completely ball out. But if he does ball out, just know that John Elway will eventually find a way to make him look bad and bench him.
Yeah, he'll probably trade him for a draft pick or something, or for an old quarterback that can no longer play football. Maybe Phillip Rivers.
That's exactly like something that sounds just like John Elway. Dude, you hit it right on the head. I have very strong feelings when it comes to Elway and quarterbacks. Like I seriously do not. I'm underneath the impression that he does not want some young buck coming in and taking over his Denver legacy.
Oh, I got one more for you from Twitter. We got Jonnu Smith. I think he is the third string starting the year tight end for the Titans, or Caden Smith, the backup tight end for the Giants, because both those teams have injuries, and so both these dudes starting today.
Yeah, we're definitely leaning towards Jonnu. I feel.
Yeah, I agree. They target the tight end a bunch, and it's just a better offense who's going to find himself in the red zone more often. So you got more with the tight ends. You're banking on touchdowns anyway. So I try and find a team that targets tight end and gets to the red zone, because I mean that's what you need from your tight end, is just to get one touchdown, and it's all worth it.
Back to our talks with Tyrod. I just want to let everyone know that via the sleep wrap, Tyrod is trending up with a total of 8,846 waiver ads, and that is just through one fantasy football app. So, guys, you got to make it happen. You guys got to go out there and do what you got to do.
And make sure you guys subscribe on here as well. I would appreciate that.
Absolutely. Trying to think. Yeah, definitely make sure that you subscribe. You subscribe to the channels. We're one of the very few that have like a legitimate like network.
Yeah, we got a great fantasy network with writers like J Love down there, and a bunch of other just people in general that we all network with. They call games, do fantasy stats for every sport. So if you ever have any questions, even if it's not about football, I do football, but if you have questions about other stuff, you can hit me up, and I'll send you a link to one of these dudes that can really help you out, because we all work together. So. We're here to support each other and help support you guys.
Oh yeah. Golden Tate. Do we have any news on Mr. Tate up there in New York?
I'm pretty sure he's out.
Yeah, that last I heard, he was out.
Yeah, he's ruled out.
All right, so nothing you guys can do there. That adds value to Darius Slayton, though, guys.
Absolutely, I think you could start him in probably in your flex spot or somewhere like that, because I mean, you probably just picked him up off waiver wires.
Exactly.
Goal.
Dude, I'm putting Alshon in the lineup, and I don't like it. I literally have Ertz and Alshon in the fucking lineup.
Oh. I mean, it's a great matchup,
but both have been so terrible this year. I feel both have been so terrible.
Yeah, me and Perry actually made a bet involving Alshon Jeffrey. He took Alshon Jeffrey in it at the beginning of the year. It was Alshon versus Cooper Kupp, and I took Kupp. He took Jeffrey, and now Perry's got to get a bumper sticker of my choosing on his car.
You need to make sure you need to get a custom bumper sticker. Subscribe Clock Management.
Oh no, I'm putting that on regardless. So I'm not going to waste this one on that. I'm going to put something embarrassing on there, and then I'll put that one on the other side of his car.
I'm with it. I am with it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start Deontay Johnson in place of I don't have as much confidence in Alshon. I don't think he's gonna stay healthy the whole game.
I mean, that is the fear.
I really do not think that he's going to play. He's going to stay healthy the whole game. And I know that I'm wrong for probably thinking that way. What do I do, man?
Who are you starting instead of him?
So I just had to move Golden Tate out of the lineup because he's out, and put in Alshon Jeffrey. And I'm thinking about Deontay Johnson, snatching Deontay Johnson out of free agency, and putting him on the team. Because my bench pieces are weak in this league.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got like Geronimo Allison on this team. Yeah, freaking Frank Gore, who already played.
You remember beginning of the season, everyone was arguing over whether it was Valdez-Scantling or Geronimo Allison, and yeah, it ended up being no one.
Well, I said that on Twitter like 2 days ago. I was like, we all got this wrong, just so everyone knows. So I don't want anyone to walk around parading at the end of the season like they were hot shit over this take, because we all got this wrong.
I'm gonna look up who, because I was Team Allison, so I'm gonna look up to see who has more points at the end of the season, and if it's Allison, I'm still gonna be like, I called that. He was the number 2 wide receiver.
I told you.
I mean, sure, he was wide receiver 86, but
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring Deontay Johnson on the team. I just don't think that Alshon's gonna stay healthy for me the whole game, man.
Man, I mean, he might not, but if he finds that end zone before he goes down,
that could be a saving grace. I mean, but I feel like Deontay, he got knocked out cold last time he was against these Browns, and he's gonna come back for revenge.
Yeah, that game. And me and Perry were talking about, is Washington taken on your team or in your league?
Which Washington?
Steelers.
Freaking no, he's not taken.
Deontay?
Yeah, he's not taken. But I mean, I don't trust that guy at all.
He might be a sneaky start this week because him and Duck seemed to have a connection last week when Duck came in. And, I mean, it's definitely an improvement from Mason Rudolph.
I think there's a lot that's an improvement from Mason Rudolph. Let's see here. So, guys, we got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Let's start wrapping this up. If you have any last-minute ones. Yes, thank you, J Love. J Love's on board with me with this Washington take. Yeah, I got to get out of here in a few minutes so I could go watch this 49er game. Oh, please win, 49ers. We need this.
He said, please win.
I live in Seattle, so 49ers losing is a really bad thing for me because everyone around me knows I'm a 49er fan.
Exactly. Hell, you're right there, man. You might as well drive down to San Fran.
Oh yeah, I went to a game last season. I haven't been going to any games this season just so I could watch all of the games as I do this. But last season I made it to a bunch of games. It was pretty cool. I went to a 49er game in San Francisco. I went to the Seattle Vikings game, I think it was, in Seattle, and then I made it to the Dallas. Oh shoot, who were they playing? Dallas versus. New Orleans. And that one was cool because there were so many fans from both teams there.
Yeah, I like when that happens when it's not like all just like overpowered by one base.
Yeah, and what like that's when Dez had just signed to the Cowboys. I'm like, or to sorry, Dez had
To
just
say,
signed to the Saints, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna get to watch Dez come have a revenge game in Dallas, and then he tore his ACL the day before the game.
which sucked because I was one of the analysts that was like, yeah, he still has football left in him. He still got some left in him.
Yep, me
And
too.
he let us down, dude.
I know. All right, Mason Rudolph may possibly be the youngest, fastest player in NFL history to get pre-diagnosed CTE. Love it, J Love. I do not like Mason Rudolph. I've said it since the first time he stepped on that field and I watched him play. But yeah, all right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up unless you got anything, Robbie.
I do not. I think that with the time that we had, we got as much important information out there to the public as possible.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to us on here and go follow Robbie on Sportscaster. Show love all around. I'll put a link up to your a comment on here with your Sportscaster so everyone can see that too.
Awesome, yeah, man, yeah. I also I get your channel added into the description too. Um, but yeah, man, what everybody, just so you guys know, I will be calling the San Fran Ravens game. Here
I'll be in the live chat. I can't be on screen during that. I'll be too crazy.
You already know how I get. So make sure you guys do tune into that. Other than that, we greatly appreciate you guys for being the greatest damn audience in the world. Between the Clock Management family and the RumBoyz Fantasy Network family, we're all one big family, and I just want to say that I appreciate you for having me on the show.
Yeah,
Again.
thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, no, I consider us two of the best in the industry. So so it's only right to do powerful things.
Right? Power moves.
Power moves. That's what I was trying to say. All right, guys, we are out of here. Thank you, and I will see you guys on my channel.
Peace.